24th. I got the date right today. I'm so excited. 2024 in the year of our Lord. It is OThaGreat. Happy Thanksgiving. It is next week, y'all. Hope you all are doing great. I am excited. I am here. I am here for another episode of High Off the Glass. And no, it is not a holiday, so we're doing show. Will not be here next week in observance of Thanksgiving. So we're doing show today, and give it up for my special co-host. Should have two other guests, and I think they're on their way. But give it up for my special co-host. This young lady is amazing. She is former Missouri State Senator. That would be Maria Chappelle-Nadal, y'all.
Hello, and it's so good to be with you yet another day.
There it is. We made it. We made it to Sunday, sweetie. How are you?
I'm good, blessed.
That's what's
went to church, had a great service at church.
There you go. That I went to church myself. I got there late, but I got to get some praying on because I needed the strength and I needed to go there. What was the message? What was the message from the sermon today?
Oh, the wilderness, man. Oh, he was talking about, like, some of you guys show up here, all dressed up, to the T, but you're not telling us about what you look like on Thursday night or Friday night or Saturday night or even Sunday early morning. And the point was, like, we all go through our journeys. And God brings us out of the wilderness,
right?
To be like, you are here, you are present. There are things that you can do. You're being called to do something, and your ministry is something. Mm-hmm. And that's what it made me reflect, because every single day, I pray multiple times now.
There you go.
And what got me to praying multiple times is not the pastor, it's not the church that got me to do it, but all of this evilness in this world that we're looking at, especially with this Sean Puffy Combs deal, which is so similar to the Wesley Bell deal. You have the Matt Gaetz thing this week.
Talk about you, girl. Go ahead.
So you have all these sex predators who are in positions of power. And there's no light shined on the darkness that they operate in, whether it is Sean Puffy Combs, whether it is Wesley Bell, whether it is Matt Gaetz, but they're the ones who are making decisions for us, or they're influencing people who are your neighbors and my neighbors, and it's just so dark and so disgusting. It has brought me just what I know about Wesley Bell is enough, and then what I started learning about P. Diddy and the cases that keep coming against him. I've been praying nonstop. Before I open my eyes, I'm praying, thinking, and I'll repeat my prayers 5 times. Before I go to sleep, I pray.
Gotcha.
And nobody had to tell me this. It's just the darkness that I see in this world. And, when we were little kids, we had all these Bible stories, right? And the one that scared you is, we're never going to go back to Sodom and Gomorrah.
Right.
I don't remember that. But this is Sodom and Gomorrah.
Yeah, I don't know if it's that extreme, but I hear you.
It's Sodom and Gomorrah.
It's kind of bad out here. Now, here's the thing. I hear you, and as always, High Off the Glass is powered by STL Cannabis Club. Check out the Cola Lounge over on Cherokee Street, first cannabis consumption lounge here in St. Louis. Make sure you guys check them out. They are awesome. This was supposed to be an election results show, so I didn't know how.
We can transition.
No, we can, but I didn't expect this, but I get it, and I get what you're saying, and you definitely need to shine light on this shit because it's amazing. I'm surprised that Gaetz did not get that position. I thought for sure they were just going to plow through and give it to him anyway, man. For real. I think the only reason he didn't get it is because he has that ethics. The ethics committee has a report out on him right now.
Check.
And they, that's the only reason that they didn't give him in that position.
Well, let me give you the
Attorney General for a pedo.
Here's the hook.
predator?
I
Sexual
told
predator?
you in one of the previous shows, I said I'm not going to say it, but I'm thinking it.
Mm-hmm.
And to draw the connection between, what my personal religious and beliefs are and what the presidential campaign was about. You had a lot of people who are accused of sexual deviancy
Mm-hmm.
who were on that stage
Mm-hmm.
with our candidate.
Mm-hmm.
And I chose not to talk about it, and it was a hard decision because, people would be talking about Usher, where Usher was on the stage. People are talking about Beyonce and Jay-Z dealing with Diddy. They have the music. They had
Oh,
Beyonce's
this is what
music on.
we talked about this
You
after
know,
the episode.
yeah, and I said that I was not going to raise the issue, but I firmly believe that there are Democrats like me who are following this stuff or who have been impacted in their own lives by sex predators who were looking at people who were being accused, because it's all allegedly, but you're looking at all of the victims, and maybe some of them decided not to go vote.
Right.
I voted, but I will tell you, as a Christian, as a liberal, as a Democrat, I still hold on to my faith.
Right.
But it disgusted me the fact that I saw some of these people on stage with our candidate. And I think that's could be one of the reasons why she lost. And frankly, I think it's a lot of the people supporting Trump who were pushing it. Elon Musk was pushing this, and Candace was, and I can't believe that I'm even agreeing with Candace on some of this stuff.
On what?
On the spiritual war that exists in this world right now.
Okay, here's the thing, though, right? Here's the thing. This is what we're not gonna do, because what you're saying has some truth to it. But if you're gonna start calling that out, come on in, Mr. Late, come on in. Looking fresh to the man, late to the motherfucker, but fresh. That Scarface,
that is nice.
Letterman is hard. That motherfucker is hard to the bitch. Matter of fact, fuck it, you man.
Hey,
you ain't nothing.
West Side.
Y'all need
West Side.
Look at this motherfucking jacket, y'all. Montega Rebel is in the building, everybody. How y'all doing? Look at this man's Letterman he got on. This motherfucker is hard than a
I come with a green card.
Good God, I know what do. He said it come with a green card.
No, it does.
Oh shit! Oh shit! Chi-Chi with the yayo, boy. They got the fucking green card with this shit. Oh man.
Yeah.
Man, what you call it? His boy Chi-Chi had to die for that shit, you know what I'm saying? So, good goodness, yo. I'm talking about one of the dopest movies ever.
Yeah.
Scarface, one of my personal favorites. I love the attention to detail on it. They got the green card. Look at the
picture.
inside. Right. You know what I'm saying? Right before
that
Manolo
needs to
had
be a T-shirt.
Manolo, shoot this prick. Man, like, oh my God. Oh my God! And I tell you, to this day, y'all, I hate to get sidetracked, but to this day, when I watch it, I'm still sad that he killed Manolo. If he stopped fucking with that goddamn blow and shit and put that shit down, Tony, you killed your boy. You killed your best friend. Like, you don't do that. But anyway, what is it? Moving forward.
Not moving forward. Okay, so what did Diddy do when it came to Biggie? Okay.
Whoa. First off. Okay, here we go. This is what we're not gonna do, Miss Maria, because here we go. We finally got him. Mr. Terez Marshall is in the house. My people, they here. They a little late, but they here. What we're not going to do, Miss Maria, is throw Christopher under the bus or connect Christopher with any of this shit. So slow down. That's number one.
We love Chris.
Number two, we're not gonna go that far that not gonna say that he had anything to do with that, because I don't believe that shit. Third, you have to bring up these nasty ass people that's with Dump if that's what you're gonna do. So, because you saying a lot of black folks,
did.
you all you said was Gates. Okay, so start talking about some of these racist ass pedophiles that are with Dump. So talk about them, because you're talking about
Matt Gates is one of
talking
them
about
that we know.
accused black folks a little too much for me.
Well, you know what? It's what's in the news today. We're talking about the election.
They always put our shit in the news, Miss Maria. Me and you had this conversation after the show. But they don't put their stuff in the news as much.
Legit.
Yeah.
And this is a conversation that you and I have had before.
Mm-hmm.
But what is in our face right now this week, as we're talking about politics, is Matt Gates,
Mm-hmm.
and he is the one who did all kinds of things like similar people that we know. I'll put it that way since we won't bring up their names.
Right. Well, you already did.
Well, we already did, but you said like don't do it anymore.
Yeah.
But he's done similar things.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Look at everybody
there's
in
no way.
cabinet. Okay.
I mean, they were talking about it this morning on the news. Well, every day on the news, frankly, this week. But they were like, there's no way that you had 100 senators or even a majority of the senators, U.S. senators, who could vote for him with a clear conscience. And it was also reckless to even appoint someone who only has 2 years of law experience.
It's reckless to have someone who doesn't have any experience in politics as the commander-in-chief. That's extremely reckless. How y'all brothers doing today?
Better than some, worse than others.
All right, that's what's up. Montega Rebel in the house. Mr. Terez, how are you, sir?
Doing well. Thank you for having me.
It's good to have you all here. I wanted to start the show off with a bit of trivia. Okay, wanted to start this off. Don't want y'all peeking at the stuff. We're going to start it off now since y'all made it. And I'm going to name some things right now. Some of these are not American words. These are foreign languages, so bear with me, okay? So I may need y'all help with some of these. And I want to know if y'all know what I'm talking about by the time I get to the end of this.
You need the buzzers?
Huh? Don't need the buzzers. Yep. I'm just going to name some questions. At the end of this, I want y'all to tell me what they have in common. Argentina, Aruba, Australia, Austria, Bangladesh, Barbados, Belgium, Bermuda, Bolivia, Tanzania, the one next to Tanzania, Brazil, Bulgaria, Bermuda, Canada, Central African Republic, Chile, Democratic Republic of Congo, Costa Rica, Croatia, Denmark, Dominica, Estonia, Faroe Islands, Finland, Georgia, Germany, too. Greenland, Guam, what's it? Guyana. Guyana. Thank you, y'all. Honduras. I told you I was going to need your help. Honduras, Hong Kong, Iceland, India, Indonesia, Ireland, Israel, Italy, Jamaica, I don't know what this is. Liberia, Lithuania. I wish it was that easy. KYRGYZSTAN. What Rebel said and what the brother in the audience said. Liberia, Lithuania, Maui, Mali, Marshall Islands, Mexico, Moldova, Mozambique, New Zealand, Nicaragua, Norway, Pakistan, Panama, Peru, Philippines, Poland, Portugal.
And there's one answer to all of this?
Yes, it's one answer.
I think I know what it is.
You might. What is it? Romania, Rwanda, Samoa, San Marino, Senegal, Siberia, and this the one I couldn't say was Sao Tomo and Sao. Another word Tome and Principe. I don't know what that one was. Saint Martin is the last one. What do all these countries have in common?
They all gotta go.
Gotta go where?
Wherever he talking about sending them.
No, sir. That's not it at all. What do all these countries have in common?
I would say the easy answer is weed.
No, ma'am. No, and that's a good answer on high off the glass. But no, ma'am.
I don't know.
Yep. Terez, what say you, sir?
I guess they had some type of, I don't want to say apartheid, but some type of imperialism. I don't know.
What's your definition of imperialism?
I guess a form of like colonialism, imperialism, like another outside foreign nation coming to rule that nation.
Colonial. Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
No. Decent guess though, but no. The thing that the answer is that all those countries have in common is something that the United States could not do, which they elected a woman as their president and ruler of the government before the United States
and
did.
You said Liberia?
Yes.
I should have.
All of those countries,
Germany.
all of those countries I've named have named
Mexico.
all
Mexico,
of them
I
have
didn't know,
had
Jamaica
female
did that.
presidents
I didn't know that.
or women leaders that controlled the government before the United States did. We have had two extremely competent and extremely perfect for the job candidates for the job, and both times it did not happen. The first time it didn't happen, I'm still baffled by that, because this woman won the popular vote and the electoral college, and they still did some George Bush II type shit. Mm-hmm. I don't understand it, but I just wanted to start the show with that, y'all. It disturbs me. Miss Maria, since we've been talking, I'm gonna give the floor to these gentlemen. Terez, you know what? Rebel, you go first because you got here first. Give me your reaction to the election, November election. Say what?
I'm moving.
You moving?
Mm-hmm.
That's a legit answer. I hear you. What makes you want to move?
Really?
Yes, please.
Like, you gotta ask that?
Yeah, because here's the thing, Rebel, and I want you to be as honest as possible, because I'm going to tell y'all, right? I did not want to do this episode. There's never been a time in my life of hosting High Off the Glass where I dreaded a fucking episode. I've never had that. I've never had like a fucking low-key depressive feeling all goddamn week. I got to do this motherfucking episode on Sunday. I've never had that feeling until I had this feeling soon as the results came, because I knew we had to come back together and give a reaction, and this is a reaction episode. So yeah, you be as honest as you want to fucking be.
I was sick watching this shit. To be honest with you, like, I was disturbed as hell.
What were you sick about?
First of all, what really bothered me is being, I'm Mexican and black, right?
Oh, okay.
So what really pissed me off
Shout out.
is the stance that a lot of Latinos took on that.
Right.
I didn't agree with none of that shit at all.
Right.
I didn't agree with that at all.
Right.
Especially after the blatant disrespect.
Right.
And then the way they try to, we didn't know who that comedian was. We didn't know what he was going to say. And we don't, y'all approved this shit before he even get in the building.
Right.
Y'all knew what that man was great saying.
Right.
And then you got a bunch of dick-eating ass Negroes and a bunch of dick-eating ass Latinos. Nah, Trump didn't. He didn't mean that. He's not a racist. And man.
Yeah.
And I think us as black people, we dropped the ball. I think we really didn't show up the way we were supposed to.
And I hear you on that, but he won our vote. He got our vote. It's just you must be talking about them 15 million that sat this one out. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. That blew my mind. 15 million that said either fuck it or I'm going to throw my vote away and give it to Jill Stein or Cornel West. Like, I don't.
So for me, it just, I see the mathematics in everything. And it's going to be some shit. I mean, look at this cabinet picks.
Yeah. Yeah. There it is right there.
Look at the cabinet picks.
There it is.
Like, everybody on that cabinet that he's picked has some type of scandal, investigation going on, don't know shit. Mm-hmm. First time, why would you?
All corporate people.
He picks a dude from what? Channel 2 News?
Fox News.
To be the motherfucking, what?
He offered it to, the Department of Education head to the random ass white dude on Fox News. That's what he did.
Man.
He did
that. Come on, man. Like, yeah. Good. Hey, y'all got what y'all wanted?
Now, that was the Pentagon.
Y'all got what y'all wanted. That's all I can say. Y'all got what y'all wanted.
The Fox News guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's for Pentagon. That appointment's for the Pentagon.
You mean running the Department of Defense?
The Pentagon.
No, man, listen.
That's what. What did you mean? Wait, hold up.
How do you go from being a news anchor?
Right.
To.
Yeah.
I mean, like, what credentials do you? What do you have?
None.
To back that, like. None.
Mm-hmm.
Look up his record and his credentials and what he's done. It has I don't even know why I have no clue. Mm-hmm. Then you pick a pedophile. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. To be like, come on, man.
Attorney General. Yeah.
To head up the department that was investigating him in the first place.
Right, like, god damn.
You know what I mean?
You can't make this. You legit cannot make the shit up.
And
like,
it scares you because look at all the other people who are pedophiles who need to be investigated.
And then once this guy, once he
Yes,
withdrew, once he retired from the position he was in, he can't go back to that position. He can't. That's why he just made a statement saying that he's no longer dealing with that, but he's going to be doing it in another aspect. Mm-hmm. So,
well, who is that? And talk about
Gates.
What are you talking about? Oh, Gates.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, but Gates is no longer involved with the Attorney General. Any of that? He's going back.
Once he resigned from that spot, he couldn't get it back no way.
Yeah. What I hope is, does he give up? Does he give up his spot in the Senate? Is he going to lose his?
No, he was in the House. He resigned from the House.
Good.
Right.
And I believe that he resigned from the House because he did not want the release of this report that was going to come out.
Right. Exactly. Right. That's exactly why.
Yeah.
So now it's like I'm no longer interested. Nah, it's not that you're interested. It ain't that you're not interested. Come on, man.
Here's what's not being said. I apologize for interrupting, but here's what's not being said. Anytime you are a public official, any records, reports, investigations are open to the public.
Exactly.
And so just because he became a private citizen does not dismiss the fact that anything he did while he was an elected official is and should be public information.
Right.
But there's two of them, ain't it? Ain't it two of them that's being investigated for some sexual
That's the other
stuff?
one you were talking about. The one who is supposed to head up DOD.
It's Gates, and then
Pete
it's
Hegseth,
another one.
I think the other dude you
There's
talking about.
another one.
Kepler.
Pete Hegseth, is that the guy?
Head
I can't remember his
Yeah.
name. There's
Hegseth,
another
yeah.
one though
Pete
who got
Hegseth.
some freaky shit going on in the closet.
Probably so.
You know what I mean?
yeah.
Man, like, man, come on. Yeah,
I hear you. All right, Mr.
a
Marshall.
whole house of madness.
You won.
It is. Mr. Marshall, I'm not going to hit you with, why this and why that. I'm not going. It's too early for that. I just want to know. Start. What's your reaction?
Well, my reaction is, I think it was a good win for America, honestly. Despite what else? I'm trying to word it. I guess despite the negative connotation, I think it's a good win for America. Overwhelmingly, we saw that. I mean, and they did a study. 70% of Americans thought that we was headed down the wrong path. It was just getting more and more expensive to live. The cost of living was killing us. Was killing average Americans. And I think overwhelmingly that's what Americans was voting for. The top two real issues was the economy and border security, however you wanted to flip it. And ultimately people was comparing, 4 years, 8 years basically, are you better off 4 years ago? Donald Trump asked that question, you know what I mean? And people was like, no. And Sunny Hostin asked
Who's that?
She was on The View. The
Puerto Rican sister on
Puerto Rican sister on The
like
View.
her. Yeah.
She asked Kamala Harris when she was on there. She was like, two questions. She said, "Would you do anything different than Joe Biden administration?" And she said, "No, absolutely nothing. I can't think of anything." And then she asked, "Are Americans better off today?" And she said, "Well, look, I grew up in a middle class family." So she never answered the question because she knew that we're not better off for real. So
That's not a good answer by her.
It wasn't. It really wasn't.
Not at all.
Yeah.
But keep going.
I mean that's really what it's about, man. Border security, job security, and the cost of living, which they are all intertwined, and energy policies.
Okay, let me ask you this: did you think it would be that sweep like it was?
Absolutely.
You did.
Yeah.
You thought it was going to be like that.
Yeah, I mean,
Wow.
if you go outside of mainstream media and really look at, different podcasts, different people who's covering the news that was in the media, outside the media, if you look at the shade room and in the comment section, I mean, if you really comb through it, people were unhappy and they was like, nope, not voting for her. You go to Candace Owens' podcast. She does great work,
they pay her to say that, so that's irrelevant. Yeah.
So does Scott Rowland. Scott Rowland got paid from
Scott Rowland.
Scott Rowland, the black brother that had Kamala Harris on during his interview. Scott Rowland gets paid. I mean, everybody gets paid.
Who's Scott? I've never even heard of him.
He's that black guy that has a podcast.
Was he conservative?
No, he's more.
You talking about Martin Rowland?
Martin Rowland?
No, Roland Martin.
Roland Martin. Okay, yeah. Well, we messing up his name.
Yeah.
Sorry, Roland. I know
Sorry,
you.
Right. You got to get Roland Martin name right. That dude's the shit. Yeah. What were we gonna say about that? Well, no, go ahead.
I was just saying that he also got paid too. I think he got paid like $350,000 for that.
Oh no. What I'm saying is, Roland Martin will give you real information. He's not paid by the left to say what they want him to say because he goes at the left all the time. Like, that's what he does, bro. Like, he goes at them. Candace is easily and clearly paid by the right to say whatever. They just need a black person to say the shit, and she will say it. You know what I'm saying? And this is another thing. And since I said that about Roe, and Roe is correct, and also, too, is there anything else you wanted to...
No.
What else did I want to ask you, though? I guess that's it. I mean... This shit is crazy. But one thing I wanted to say about this, too, that nobody's really talking about, and I'm really sick of people saying this, not every fucking thing is the Democrats' goddamn fault. Like, people blame Democrats, the party that is legitimately out here trying to help people and change how things are and do the greater good and aren't for corporations, and they constantly get blamed like they the fucking Republicans. I'm sick of this shit. People blame Democrats for this, blame Democrats for that. Motherfucker, get your ass out here and vote, or do like I did in the election cycle this year. Get out here and help. Talk to folks. I literally was doing shit with my union, and I was going door to door, passing shit out. And I'm not trying to fucking, I don't give a shit about putting a feather in my fucking cap. It's not about that bullshit. It's about doing some fucking work. Like, everybody wants to blame the goddamn Democrats, but nobody wants to do any fucking work. Like, that gets on my goddamn nerves. I'm sorry, I just had to say that. But Maria, what'd you want to say?
Well, I feel you, and I prepared myself because I knew this was an unusual election, and I remember being 5 years old and pretend, voting for Jimmy Carter.
No doubt.
That's how long I've been paying attention to
No
politics. So about 8 o'clock, I'm watching TV just like all of us were. Mm-hmm. And I knew it. And I said, well, I'm going to bed. And I put that up because I knew that we were going to lose.
What time did you go to bed?
I think 8:30.
Wow, you went to bed that early and knew it was over.
Yeah.
I did not want to give up the faith. I did not give up the faith that early.
At 8 o'clock, I knew it. And then I really knew it when Claire McCaskill talked about it. But I already knew it before she mentioned it on MSNBC. Mm-hmm. Because I was looking at some of the states and the turnout. And I just knew it. So I just resigned. I did not put my emotions in this election like I have in the past, because I knew that it could be possible that we had a second term, and I needed to emotionally prepare myself for I told you so. Did I not tell you this before? Mm-hmm. And so I don't blame black folks. I blame white women. I blame white women from local all the way to national, because how in the world in the state of Missouri can we make sure that abortion is legal, but we're still going to vote for Trump? Mm-hmm. And it's a lot of these faux progressive white women who are trying to dictate who is going to be our congressman, and now we have another sexual predator who's in Congress.
And or white women that do not think for themselves and do whatever the fuck their husbands tell them. Like, that's another thing.
That happens a lot on the Republican side. It's opposite in U-City, though, because the men do what the women tell them to do.
Where you at with it? Where you at with it, Rebel? Because this, I mean, it's like I agree with everything Maria has said, and that night to me, I was kind of I had a bad feeling in my stomach. I'm not going to front, and I had it early, especially when the electoral votes. It just, man, she never gained any ground at all with the electoral, and we know that how important the electoral college is in this country. Like, and that's another thing too. Can we, Miss Maria? Let me ask you, how real is it that we could abolish the electoral college in this country?
It's been a movement for years.
It has been. It has been.
And I remember being in the Senate and there was a movement. I forgot the name of the movement, but they wanted us to sign signatures. There's a whole book about getting rid of the electoral college, and that just kind of phased out because people didn't really
Put the work in.
put the work in. It was a foreign concept because most of us go by the Constitution and follow it, and so I mean, it's been a movement. It just phased out, and this was a weird election. And you know what? Here's who I feel sorry for, is our current president, because there were all of these faux, faux progressives who are like, you need to step aside. And I will be the first to say, I don't care if he couldn't talk, if he couldn't walk, if he could think. That's all I cared about. If he could think and make the right decisions for America, I was going to vote for Joe Biden no matter what. And I was going to vote for Kamala no matter what. But just think, they just lost Casey's seat in Pennsylvania. Look at all of the seats the argument was, you need to step aside, Joe Biden, because we're going to lose all of these Senate seats. And we still lost Senate seats. Not only did we lose Senate seats, we also lost House seats. You know what I'm saying? So, like, that argument, and so I'm thinking about Nancy Pelosi as, the queen bee of who's trying to destroy our party.
George Clooney, motherfucking ass. What is it? I had to say a fucking celebrity's name. That's a goddamn shame. Rebel, where were you at when after that first debate and almost everybody and their mama turned on Biden? Were you still with him, or were you like, yeah, we need to go with what you call it?
Nah, I was still with him, but I just said he needed, like, I could tell that he wasn't okay.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
At the end of the day, I don't think, like, if that was the decision that they was going to make, or if they felt that way, I just don't think she was given enough time to do what she needed to do.
That's true. That's true.
She wasn't given enough time.
But here's, man, and I hear that that's what people are saying now, and some people are saying that what Miss Maria just said with the Biden thing, and we still should have kept Biden in there. Here's the thing. I never saw, I'm only 45 years old, you know what I'm saying? So I've only been in an election cycle since the fucking 80s and didn't really understand it all the way until the 2000s. And no, I got it in the Clinton shit. That Clinton shit was, you even a kid, you could understand that shit. But it's just like, I've never seen a sitting president, maybe Nixon, you know what I'm saying? But I wasn't alive. Just fucking have the fucking just... Like, everything just went so downhill so fast for Biden. That motherfucker was leading polls. He was like, he was a shit. Like I said, my union sent me to D.C. to see this man in January. This dude came out on stage like a motherfucking rock star, y'all. Like, motherfucker was like he was floating on fucking air. You know what I mean? Like, that was in January and shit. And just what? 6 short months later, what was it? Was it a debate in June? Wasn't it in June? June. 6 short months later. Like, all that shit just torpedoes down. I've never seen a sitting president who had good shit going on, like his what's it called when people like you?
Ratings.
Your popularity rating just fucking tank like that. But here's the thing, in Miss Nadal, you can say that now, right? About I would have voted for Biden anyway, because I that was me. I was regardless. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck if that motherfucker was drooling at the debate. I'm still voting for him in November. The majority of folks were not, and people will look. It's so weird, right? And Terez, maybe you can help me with this. It seems like with the Republicans, it's just like, oh well, yeah, he had scandals, and yeah, he's a pedophile, and yeah, he has shit going, but he'll figure it out when he gets in there. But with the Democrats, oh shit, that dude, he did what? That one time? Man, fuck that motherfucker. Man, that Democrat, he ain't shit. That dude is Satan. Like, help me out with that. And this is a question to all of y'all too, but Terez, I want you to answer first. Like, why is it the GOP candidates, Republican candidates, get so much leeway that the Democrats do not? What is
that? Some would argue that it might actually be in reverse.
No,
I don't. I mean, nobody's calling balls and strikes fairly. Like, the perfect example is the investigation with President Trump and his classified documents. The president is the sole arbitrary of declassifying documents, such top secret documents.
That doesn't mean you can take them out of the White House and bring them to Mar-a-Lago. That don't work like that.
You do under the Presidential Act. You are given time under the Presidential Act to review and revise such top secret material.
Okay.
You have even after your office, you still have a time period of debriefing to do that.
Oh, I don't know about after your office. But it still does not say you can take those documents outside of the District of Columbia and take them to fucking your playhouse in Florida.
It also says that a vice president cannot take top secret documents or a senator, and we know that Joe Biden had top secret documents in his garage.
But there's no.
I never heard.
Yeah, I never.
Yeah, he did.
Yes,
and
he
there's
did.
no equity. But
Okay.
here's the difference.
Yes,
Here's
he
the
did.
difference. You didn't have to have a machinery of people go into Joe Biden's garage. Joe Biden said, "Here, I've got this. Let me give it to you." He was very forthright about it. The problem is we can trust that Joe Biden is going to tell the truth and make sure he's not going to give any codes away to Russia. We can't trust that Donald Trump is going to do that. And by virtue of his most recent
100%.
nomination, I mean, Tulsi Gabbard, I think is her name.
Yeah,
Looking
Tulsi
at
Gabbard.
Look at that, Tulsi.
Yep.
I mean, she has a relationship with the Russian government. How many secrets is she? What Trump did at Mar-a-Lago in keeping all of those boxes upon boxes upon boxes versus a file folder that Biden had in his trusty old basement? Are you kidding me?
in his garage next to a Corvette. And again, the point that I'm stressing is that the president has the right to not going to say withhold, but the president does have the right to declassify these documents. At the time when Joe Biden did have these documents, honest Joe, he was a senator. He was a vice president. That is illegal. That's the only point that I'm trying to make right there.
Vice president, not a senator.
No.
You can't have these documents if you're a senator.
No, he had these documents since he was a senator. That's what the article said. He had.
Yes. Since he was a vice president.
They said he had documents.
You don't have access. Okay, here's the thing, though, fam. My question was, why do Republicans get more of a leeway that Democrats do not? That was my question. But also, too,
Right.
Sick motherfuckers think alike, man.
exactly. You've never seen a sitting or former president with classified documents that he should not have.
Obama had the same issue.
No.
What you
We've never
talking
had a
about?
president
Declassified
who's a
document.
felon. We've never had a president
He's not
who's
a convicted
felon.
What did
felon.
Obama
Yes,
have that he
is a
shouldn't have
convicted
had?
felon.
No, he's not. He's not a convicted.
What did
felon.
Obama have that he shouldn't have?
It was that. Man, I was young,
He's
but
not a convicted felon.
No, again, what did
Motherfucker
that?
got found guilty of
34
34
convicted felon
goddamn
and
counts, bro.
what documents Obama had?
he
Like,
had.
come on, you can't just make up shit.
No, he
now.
did. I wish I would have been prepared for these questions. I would have known, bro, a lot more. But no, he did have some documents after his presidential, like after he left office or whatever. It was some type of thing where he
I
had,
think-
been
I think-
he had to
everywhere.
return
Even if
something.
it was, right, I think there's a
Man.
big difference between, oh, shit,
What?
I had this file in the briefcase I forgot about, versus hauling out 15 boxes of shit.
Right. Rep,
There's a difference.
And here's
100%.
the other thing that's
100%.
not being mentioned is that every living president still gets classified documents. And
That's
if
true.
Jimmy Carter can
Exactly.
read them, he still gets them. You know?
Don't talk about Jimmy. He
be.
voted.
He sure did vote.
Sure did. Rebel, let me ask you this, because Terez don't want to answer the question. Why do you think the GOP gets more leeway with weird shit
Just
with
like-
candidates
like-
that Democrats
like I
don't?
just said, the evil supports evil. It's a lot of wicked shit going on, and they all support it.
Yeah.
They all support it and back it 100%.
Yeah.
That's bottom line.
Yeah.
Not to say you need. Man, listen. That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. That's how I see it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
it's evident. It's apparent.
It is.
You can just look at it and see.
It really is. It is, and it's sad. But this is the thing that I don't get, right, because I've been talking to people, and it's the only answers I've gotten from folks are either that they voted for dump, and these are people of all races, because I've just been talking to folks ever since this happened, you know what I'm saying, and most conversations went well, one conversation didn't, but you know, that's just how it is, and the one that didn't go that well wasn't even that bad. He got a little sensitive and shit, so Lolo, let it go. But what is it, it's a nonsensical answer, which meaning they blamed Harris for something she did not do, so they voted for dump, or it's racist, or it's misogynist. That's it. Like, that's literally all I've gotten. This dude told me to my face, man, I barely want to listen to my wife. Why in the hell would I have a female? I'm like, bro, all right, man. I'll see you later.
That's
like,
the truth.
It is the fucking truth.
That was a lot of sentiments of a lot of people, though.
It was, fam. It was.
I mean, that's how bad sexism is. But let me.
That's misogyny. It's sad.
Let me inject this real quick.
So fucked up.
Black women deal with misogyny on a few different levels.
Yes, ma'am.
Don't forget. You know, just because I'm a woman doesn't mean that I don't deal with elitism. A lot of these elite progressives that told Biden he was going to get out, they're the ones who ruined America and are responsible for the situation that we're not only here in St. Louis, but nationally. These elite white women who were thinking that they know every single thing about how black people are going to think, what black people are going to do. Oh, let's just get a black face, and then black people are just going to run along and do whatever. I mean, we're not like that. We all have our own minds. We all have our own interests. And I'll agree with you there. I've been asking people, too. There's a 50-year-old black man at BJC who voted for Trump because he was like, well, I like that he was fighting back.
Fighting back?
He liked his verbiage. This is a black man. And then there was like a 50-year-old white woman, and I'm just like, what? Like, really? You know, and so I've been as shocked as most of us have been on why people who look like us, you know, either did not vote or voted for dump, as you say. You know, and I don't understand it, but let me just say this as the woman at this table. You know, we deal with misogyny every day, and it could come from a black man. It could come from a white man. It could come from a white woman. We're dealing with elitism all the time. And so Kamala had like 2 or 3 different things against her. You know, the fact that she was a woman of color. The fact that she's a brilliant black woman, you know, and people who don't have that same brilliance felt offended because, she's just too up there for us.
And free of any scandals.
Free of
no
any
scandals at all.
Free of any scandals. It's the best.
Not even a hint.
It's the best of all worlds, you know? And
she's your law and order president y'all claim y'all fucking want. That's her ass. That's her.
You know, I felt that she was going to, like, have the right appointments, you know? And, again, I go into the next 4 years as, number one, I told you so. You should have listened when I told you 7 years ago, right? And 2, here's the new question I ask people. Do you have a 4-year Trump family plan? That's my question to people. Do you have a 4-year plan?
Wow.
Because here's what my thoughts are. He's not only going to try to deport undocumented immigrants, I think he's going to try to deport people who are rightfully Americans. And I think that is very possible for someone who is like him. Is to say, well, you talk against me, I'm going to deport you, you know, to whatever your 23andMe said that you have the highest percentage of. That's possible for someone like
100%.
him.
What is the benefit 100%. Of having him?
You know what?
Terez can
for everybody that fucking voted for this dude. What is the benefit of having Trump? What's the benefit,
Mr. Marshall?
Well,
there you go. Talking about you wasn't prepared. Get the fuck out of here. Motherfucker said earlier he wasn't prepared, y'all.
I wasn't prepared for that question.
Dude has a binder of shit.
A whole binder.
Got a trapper keeper of shit over here. Look at this dude. If y'all don't know what that is, Google it.
A trapper keeper. That's funny. No,
that was my shit back in the day.
I mean, honestly, I had one of those too. No, honestly though, like I said, the main point that people really voted for was the economy. The price of living was getting out of hand, and the number one thing for the economy, like the number one stimulant of the economy, is energy. In all economies across all nations, it's energy security.
He doesn't
energy
believe
dominance.
in natural energy.
He does. He believes in natural coal and cutting on the spigot. So
coal's not natural, but here's the thing.
well, you got to refine it.
What about wind? Like natural thing, like
The wind,
sun, solar energy.
It's unstable.
What's unstable?
It's
Solar energy is unstable. Solar energy is unstable.
Because
the sun is unstable.
It is because it's not sunny 90, like it's not always a sunny day.
That's why you have the panels to collect the energy, my dude.
And they do collect and they store energy for X amount of hours, but they don't work.
This is how he won.
No. It stores energy, but it doesn't store. It stores energy, but it doesn't hold it for a long amount of time. Nothing is better than the combustible energy. So what I'm trying to say is,
oh my God.
What I'm trying to say is that the fact that we have energy dominance, and when you control energy, because everything comes off of a plane, train, automobile, all of our goods and services. The reason why everything got more expensive was because we stopped drilling domestically. And how it works, man. When you stop drilling, gas makes up about 10 to 15% of the economy.
When did we stop drilling domestically?
They still drill in Texas. They still drill in California.
I'll make my point.
They still drill in Oklahoma.
I'll make my point. And
they haven't stopped.
The first day of Joe Biden's office, he signed an executive order to shut down the Keystone Pipeline and shut down drilling onshore and offshore and also
just with the pipeline.
And also he did not renew any new leases for the coal companies. And then I talked about this the last time on the podcast. And then 2 years later, towards midterms, after he went through the reserves or what have you, he cuts the spigots back on. But he still did not sign new leases. So the cost of energy goes off of the surplus amount. So energy is restricted by how much you can drill in the future. So if I know that
there's other ways to get energy other than fuel, man.
Fuel is the best way and we have an abundance of it.
Right.
I need to know your math because your calculus is not working for me right now.
Because
energy prices are global.
Because we're buying from OPEC. We buying from OPEC and stuff like that. Once when we was drilling. Think about it. Gas was cheap under Donald Trump's administration. Robert Kiyosaki talked about it. He was selling gas for $40 a barrel. Once when Joe Biden got into office, he was selling it for $110 a barrel.
Okay, so this is the
fuel
correction.
Has not been $40 a barrel
No, it hasn't.
Years.
And let me tell you, as
years.
someone who tracks this and keeps the receipts,
years.
Gas has been down for a very long time. You have to look at the global politics and things that are happening globally that determine what happens with the price of gas here.
Because we were not competitive anymore. That's what I'm saying. It's the fact that we were not drilling onshore no more. And once when you withdraw competition from the market, it skyrockets.
We did, fam.
It's supply and demand.
We still drilled in America. Okay, here's the thing. Okay,
so why there are earthquakes in Oklahoma? Because
I still don't see the benefit of having Trump as a president. What is the benefit?
Right.
What are we gaining from one versus the other?
I guess more coal, more fuel drilling.
You're gonna experience a cheaper cost of living. You're gonna experience a reduction in deregulation to make it easier for small businesses to continue to grow. You're gonna see he wants to cut the income taxes so Americans can get about $15,000. I don't know the exact number, but once when you cut your income taxes, you get more money back from the government.
That's the only thing I'm going to agree with you on.
And then he also wants to do the
Doge. He actually does it though.
No, he is. He's going to do it.
With
a
that.
whole bunch of black people are agreeing who are Democrats.
And then lower the taxes for the elite also. So how
does
that help?
Well, you lower the federal tax rate, and so this is all go simultaneously because the tax rate, corporate tax rate, was 35%, and then Trump slashed to 21%, I believe, and so that incentivized because I think we had one of the highest corporate taxes globally, and so what that does, that incentivizes businesses. Two things when you have a high corporate tax rate: that incentivizes businesses to leave and go to other countries that has a lower tax rate. And so when you slash it, that kind of incentivizes companies to, hey, maybe I should come back to America because I have a lower bottom line, if you will.
Also, too, just side note, the president who had the most corporations, manufacturers leave this country was Bush because he cut the rate so much for them. He gave them incentives to leave.
Yeah, he did.
And that was the Republican Party. Okay, I get what you're saying, Marshall. It's so many things you said I could push back on, but this is the thing I wanted because we got about 9 minutes left to show. So I wanna end with this. I want to throw this question out here to y'all. I don't care who answers it first, but somebody give me an answer. Miss Maria just said something good, right? She said, "Do you have a 4-year dump plan?" Right? We need to actually take it a step much farther. Do you have a dump life plan? Because this is the thing that we've forgotten about, and it is extremely scary about what just happened. November 5th. Go ahead, Rebel.
No, I'm listening.
Okay. This this wannabe dictator has the Senate, the Supreme Court, and the White House. What I see happening is Holly bitch ass, because y'all motherfuckers couldn't vote him out because you were stupid. You were too stupid to vote him out. You couldn't vote. I don't know if Cruz was even up for election, but Rubio I think is going to be in his cabinet. Cruz, Rubio, Holly. Just pick one of them bootlickers that's from the Republican Party. They're going to propose a bill that will ask to extend term limits for presidents, and the shit will pass in the Senate because they already have it. So that's the thing I'm extremely worried about. I'm not worried about people talking about, well, 4 years from now, get your plan, figure out we're going to vote them out, or 2 years from now, midterm elections. Midterm elections are the most important ones. The 2-year thing is we can actually do something in 2 years. But 4 years from now, there will be no other Republican candidate to vote for. Who knows what the Democratic candidate be? Because everybody that the Democrats put up there, y'all fucking hate on them. Y'all find a reason to hate on their ass. So my question to y'all is, are y'all ready? Y'all ready for a dictator?
I told you, me and my family moving.
That's true. You did say that.
I'm updating my passport. I will tell you, I'm updating my passport. I talk to people about, how we do in the black community. We have our deep freezers, so when meat's on sale, go ahead and buy it, put it in your deep freezer.
Yeah, smart.
I think we need to pay down anything that has interest. Like credit card debt is one of the hugest things right now. And so I think families need to be really focusing in on anything that has interest, because with inflation increasing because of the global policies that Trump has proposed, it is going to create higher costs. And I also want to clear up one thing in terms of present tense and past tense.
Please.
Things are still high. Bills are still high. Food is still high.
It's coming
Milk
down, though.
is still high. I haven't seen it.
I have, actually.
And I keep my receipts. I'll bring them into you next time. But gas is going down, but food is not going down.
And I was shocked when I went to Sam's Club about 2 weeks ago. I spent $145, and I got a gang of food. I was like, wow. And also too, and I'm gonna let you finish your point. The reason why we said this last time you were on, Marshall, the reason why the shit has gone down and we had so much inflation because your guy did not take the pandemic serious, and COVID has skyrocketed prices, and also too corporations taking advantage of that, and that is why. But I'm sorry, Miss Maria.
No, you're just fine. I just think that people need to create a plan to reduce their overall costs. And have a raised garden at home. And it seems like something small, but when you look, I go to Soulard Market. I do that on a weekly basis.
Smart.
And it's something that you can create all kinds of things from farmers.
Love Soulard Market.
But I believe that it is absolutely incumbent upon us to look at the global policies that we're going to have to endure, especially when it comes to Ukraine, when it comes to G20, all of our country, all of the countries who are part of our Democratic Alliance, they may not want to share information, depending on what our policies are. I think it's really important to look at the Treasury, look at the interest rates, either whether they're going up or down, and then I would say invest. So any kind of money that you have, invest it to make something. When inflation goes down, you don't get as much interest on like your CDs or anything like that, but you may have to play in the market where you're trading and making smart trades based on policy. Perhaps we should start looking at how the Congress members become millionaires within a couple of years.
I think so. I think that's beneficial.
We should look at Nancy Pelosi's track record, because
she's
they all be doing that inside trading.
Bro, she's so fucking rich.
Like, bro, her husband is stupid rich.
But all of them, like, like if you, I wish we knew Ted Cruz's actual net worth. Like, cause good God,
you could Google that.
Yeah, for real. All right. So, and I want to make this question specific and give me because we got like 3 minutes, so give me a quicker answer.
Yes.
With your guy having basically the main three things that he can have, and a lot of mega people such as yourself were okay with having a dictator. What say you? Like, are you down to make that man your last president? Like, I mean,
I'm not going to subscribe to the fear, but what I will say is that I'm looking for deregulation. I'm looking for job growth in this economy that he's talking about. Energy dominance is what's going to happen. I think what everybody said, I think that's a good idea. Get your passports in order and lower your cost as much as you can. I think all of those are great ideas, no matter who your president is. But I also think that we all should start looking at alternative news, alternative media, doing our own facts, doing our own research. Don't subscribe to the fear. I really think that these next 4 years is really going to be something special in America, to where it's going to be kind of like a turning point. I think so.
That right.
In a positive way. In a positive way.
I don't see how you can even say that though with the shit he's been saying
already.
How is it possible for you to feel anything positive about what this motherfucker's saying? Like, nothing that he said has been a positive outcome for the future of anybody out here. Nothing.
Even his boys, Elon has said it's gonna be tough at first. It's gonna be tough at first, but it'll get better. What?
I think people voted just off of. I think it was money motivated. Because that's all I'm hearing.
Yeah.
Would it be like better for my pocket? Would it be like better? Like, I'm thinking about my kids, my woman. I'm thinking about me, my family. I don't give a fuck about your politics, your money. I don't care about none of that shit.
If you can't afford groceries though, how can you build your family? Like, I think that's the thing. It's not about me trying to gain wealth or Americans trying to gain wealth. It's trying to retain the wealth that we already have. The wages, the price of living is just eating our costs. We just had that conversation.
Do you know how much black people have made with less, bro?
Oh my God. You know what? Here's the thing.
Think about that. You know how much we have made
with the most resilient people.
Your grandparents, the people before them, they made shit work with less than what the fuck we got now.
Yes.
Come on, man. I'm not going for none of that.
Word.
I ain't falling for none of that. None of that.
Yo, this was a good one. I knew did not want to do this episode, but it had to be done. Terez, tell the people where they can find you, bro.
You can find me at Martial Arts Media on IG. I host a podcast each and every Tuesday here called Cartoons and Cuts from 3 to 4. And also, real quick, I am putting together a small bill. I would love a petition. I'm just trying to get a petition together for the child support reform bill, because it is unconstitutional to jail anyone.
Just now mentioned that.
I was trying to plug it in, but yeah. Anyway, it is unconstitutional to jail anyone for a debt.
Hit you up and get info on.
Oh yeah, hit me up at marshall.terez2121@gmail.com. That is my email, or you can DM me at Martial Arts Media. And yeah, I have more information for you guys. For that.
I want to look into that. Rebel, where can folks find you?
You can find me wherever you turn on your phone and your TV.
There it is.
No.
There it is.
Montega Rebel, MONTEGAREBEL. All social media platforms, Spotify, all that good stuff. Soul Expression Socks, SOLE. Expressions, EXPRESSIONS Socks, SOCKS.com, and all that other good stuff.
All right, time to get up out of here. Miss Maria, where can they find you?
X, Twitter, Maria for Missouri, and I'm about to diversify. So I will let you know all those details next time.
There you go. That sounds dope. And thank you, wifey, like the show. Appreciate you. OThaGreat, y'all know where I'm at. And I'm on Blue Sky. Fuck Twitter. I'm on Blue Sky now, so come fuck with me. OThaGreat, OTHA Great. Yo, this was amazing. Thank you, y'all, for taking time out y'all days and out y'all life. I appreciate y'all. Keep smoking, keep hooping, vote y'all, and let's go Celtics, Patriots. Let's go. Deuces.
Let's go. Thank you for having me.
Say what?
Well,